morning, all. We'll start. Hope my audio is okay. Kindly use the chat box to confirm if my audio is okay. Anybody? Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. Welcome to today's demonstration of Algomojo platform. This session is getting recorded, so you could use if you would like to go through it again, you can do it anytime by accessing the link which will be shared with you at a later point. And it will be available always. Kindly excuse me, my throat is a bit sore because of the cold. I'll try my best to be as clear as possible. Yeah. Use the chat box. There's a Q&A box. You can use that to send any message. Yeah. Chat will normally be disabled. You can use it Q&A box. Okay. Yes. Today, we will go through the various features and facilities that are available in our platform, algomojo.com, which will help you to automate any kind of strategies that you would have, thereby making your trading journey as comfortable as possible, as smooth as possible, and as profitable as possible. This platform, we are trying to make it as simple as possible so that anybody anybody and everybody could use this. You could be a seasoned or a veteran in the stock market, or you could be new to the stock market. You might have some programming knowledge, or you need you do not know anything about programming, but we'd like to assure you that anybody can use our platform to automate their strategies that you will be running on various charting platforms. You need not have to have any kind of programming knowledge or background to automate your strategies. We are trying to keep it as simple as possible. It will involve just copy pasting couple of things into your charting platform from Algomojo to automate. We have tried to make it as simple as that. So we will today see how do we automate these strategies using TradingView. And in case if anybody would like to have a look at Amibroker, we can try that also. Meanwhile, what you can do is any point in time you would have any queries about the platform or the features or the facilities that we offer, you can use the Q&A box and type your queries there. I will address address any of the queries that you would have on the platform or usage or the features as and when you raise the queries. Or at the end also, we will have a Q&A session. You can raise your queries. And in TradingView, if you have anything specific that you would like to look at in terms of automation or usage, please let me know. I could use that strategy or indicator available in TradingView to try and show the demo using that. Any queries so far? All right, let's go ahead. The agenda for today is we'll start with a brief introduction to Algomojo platform and its features. We will look at how we do an integration between the Algomojo and TradingView. In case if somebody would like to have a look at how to do it with Amibroker, we could do that also, but more time will spend on TradingView. A lot of people have been using TradingView. It has got a lot of facilities and features which are pretty simple to use. And there's a small slide on the support that we support structure that we have. At the end, we'll have a Q&A session. Like as I mentioned, you need not have to wait till the end to raise any queries. Use the Q&A box to raise your queries. This is our platform, algomojo.com. That's the website name. We are it's a web-based algo execution platform. We don't have any separate app or anything. If you have any browser, you could log on to algomojo.com and use our platform as such. It is designed for traders to automate their strategies that would be running, which would generate buy or sell signals. And we are here to support those signals to be transmitted to your broker account and orders be placed automatically for you. We have integrated with some of the popular tools such as TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, Charting, NinjaTrader. Yeah, we have Google Sheet, Chrome extension, Excel also. And if anybody is using Python, we have an extensive Python library. You could refer that or download that and refer to that to use in your Python programs to place orders. We provide a common API connectivity to multiple brokers. We provide execution modules. We provide sample codes, which you can use in your trading platforms. Our aim is to make algo trading experience more efficient, simple, and as user-friendly as possible. Some of the key features of Algomojo are you can customize what is that you want to trade. Traders can customize their orders to suit your specific trading preferences and objectives. You could trade in equities, futures, and options. You could select dynamic option strikes whenever you want to place an order. You need not have to worry about what is the current spot price, what will be the ATM of that, ITM 5 or ITM 10 or OTM of that strike. The platform will select after you do the one-time setup in Algomojo. Then for option buyers and sellers, the platform is suitable for both kind of users. Of course, you can hedge by buying on and selling also in terms of your strategies. If you are a trader who is placing orders which is more than the freeze quantities of any instrument, it could be indices, futures, or options. We will do this order splitting for you. We will look at how the functionality works as when we get into the platform usage as such. In terms of risk management, we provide target and stop loss as of now. You can set them either in terms of points or in terms of percentage. It could be points or percentage of premium also, or futures or stock price, any of those. It depends on the instrument that you're trading. You can customize the start and end times. When we say, we have seen a lot of traders who do not like to initiate trades during the first hour volatility or towards the end of the day. So you can say that you would like to place orders only after say 10:30 or 11. Similarly, if you don't want any signals to be executed after say 3 o'clock or 3:15, you can say end time. We set the end time in our platform so that any signals coming from your strategy platforms will be ignored. They will not be executed. So you have the flexibility to set the start and end times. Of course, you can also set the expiry time and the square of time for intraday traders and rollovers kind of features. Some more features. You can roll over. Suppose you're a weekly trader or a monthly trader, either in options or futures. Once you do the setup in Algomojo platform, you need not have to worry about changing any platforms unless you specifically decide saying that, okay, I want to change the quantity, or I want to change the symbol, or I want to change any other parameters related to what you intend to trade. It is a one-time setup that you need to do. After that, the system can run without any interruption or without any changes from your end. All you need to do is log in in the morning. Try and log in towards the market open. Don't do it pretty early, because as you are aware, most of the brokers would be doing a maintenance of the platforms during the night time, and they would complete their work early in the mornings. So uh, we fetch tokens from the brokers towards for each of the clients, and a fresh token for the day will be issued once the maintenance activity is completed. So we would recommend that you log into our platform for trading around 8:45, 9 o'clock, about 5-10 minutes before the market opens, so that uh, any trades that you take will not be missed out because of an expired token as such. We offer paper trading facility, and this is for people to enable them to check if the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, whether it is a buy or a sell or a rollover or a square of any of those, so stop loss or target be getting achieved and the portion getting squared off. To test those things, we offer paper trading facility for all users at no additional cost. And this is basically meant for testing the process as such. And it is not recommended that you use this as a back testing or a forward testing tool as such, because it is limited to three strategies in which you can enable paper trade. Once you find that the orders are getting executed as per your requirement, then you can go in for live trade. In terms of live trade, there's no limitation in terms of number of strategies that you can run. It could be any number. We don't have any limitation. It could be any number of signals also in a day. There's no limitation. However, only restriction is in terms of paper trade. It will be limited to 3, and it is limited to about 300 signals per day. So if it exceeds that, the orders could get rejected, saying that your paper trade limits are exceeded for the day. So kindly use this facility to check the process flow of your strategies requirement, and in case if there is any tweaking to be done, you can do it. Or in case you need any assistance, please get in touch with us. We are there to support you to ensure that the order is getting placed as per your requirement as such. Is the audio okay? Somebody is saying that audio is very low. Is it low or is it okay? Can can you please confirm? Okay. Sir, I think maybe you need to increase your volume, speaker volume, so that the audio will be okay for you. Yeah. Uh, Going forward, suppose you're there are certain rules that we have set in our platform. This is based on the client strategies and requirements. We have done an extensive study looking at various strategies which the clients run. And we have found that there are certain rules that need to be used to ensure that the orders are getting placed as per the client's requirement. So we have seen traders who would like to take only long signals. So for those kind of traders, we have long only kind of rule. There are traders who take only short trades, short signals rather. For them, there is a rule called short only. So it will ensure that only those kind of signals are executed, and the opposite signal will not be executed. Now, if you're a trader who trade both long and short, then you can use either the long and short or even the stop and reversal kind of rules. We will go through these rules when we do the actual demo using the strategy integration. See, the chat, you can use the Q&A box. This is a facility which platform provider provides, where they don't enable the chat provision. However, there is something called a Q&A. You can use that tab to type out your questions. Yeah, chat is not allowed by our platform provider as such. So sorry for that limitation. Yeah, going forward. Now, if you're a option trader, and you will have multiple legs to be traded based on a single signal that would be generated from any of your trading platforms, there is a facility wherein you can group as many legs as that you need to be executed. using our platform. It could be straddles, it could be butterflies, iron corners with 3, 4 multiple legs. And once you create all those legs individually as per your requirement and group them based on a single signal from your chart, all the legs in the group will be executed for you. You can also set what order has to be executed. Suppose you are buying and selling both, then for an entry, you can say that, okay, buy the option first and then do the selling so that you get that margin benefit. And also while exiting an existing trade, you can execute the sell portion first and then the option buy portion kind of thing, so that the margin benefits are available for you. So the entry and exit priorities for each of the legs can be set in the group facility. You can set Telegram alert or notification. You can get notifications on Telegram by setting using the bot that we have. It's an Algomojo bot. So whenever there is a signal or an order has been executed for your strategy, you will get a notification on your mobile or desktop wherever you're running your Telegram app as such. Yeah, this platform is suitable for both intraday and as well as swing traders or positional traders. Suppose you have a swing trader or a positional trader, and you run these trades for days or even weeks or months. It is fine. Whenever the signals are generated, those portions will get created or get executed or exited based on the type of signal that you're sending. So it is suitable for both intraday as well as swing traders, positional traders. Sorry. You can create a watch list. Suppose you are trading in multiple stocks, say either from say starting or from Amibroker, where you run a typical strategy on multiple stocks. So you can create a watch list. There's a facility to create a watch list. It's a very, very simple method. All you have to do is download the format from our website, fill in the details such as what is the symbol that you want to trade and what is the quantity that you want to trade. And you can upload it any number of times. It is not restricted to as one-time activity. You can do it any number of times in a day or end of the day as such. So that's about the watch list for the strategies that you play. We will look at this also. Of course, you get reports of all the signals that have been generated during a day, all the orders and portions that were created during the day. You can take a download of these reports for your analysis and for the studies as such. The segments that you can trade using our platform are in equities. It could be any equity symbol, NSE, BSE, as such. Then futures and options. You have dynamic options. When it comes to futures and options, you have indices futures, which could be NSE index and NSE stocks. Then we have recently launched the BSE index also. So now you can trade in BSE index also. Then for commodities, you can trade using futures. Currently, options is not available for commodities as such. Then, of course, you can set so if you want to trade in a specific strike price of Nifty, Bank Nifty, or Fin Nifty, or Sensex, you can set a specific strike price to be traded throughout the day. So that is an option called static option. You can give a specific CE or a PE to be traded throughout the day without if your strategy involves that you are supposed to trade only in one strike, you can use this facility. Then for dynamic options, whenever your signal comes, is generated and you would like to execute orders either of ATM or OTM or ITM, you can do that. The system will automatically, once you do the setup in the system and say that, okay, you want to trade in ATM or OTM or ITM, it will be saved for you. Whenever the signals are generated, the orders will get executed as per your requirement. We provide up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money. So you can select whatever strike price you would like to trade with. Then of course, yeah, dynamic options can be set for Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, and even Sensex. We are currently integrated with close to 27, 28 brokers. Some of the large names would include all the brokers like your Angel, Dun, Fires, Zuradas, to TradeGenie, to Style Broking, to Motila, um, IF, Flat Trade, Paytm. So these are some of the large brokers with whom we have completed the API integration, and you can, if you have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using our platform. So for all users, we provide a 7-day trial period, and post that you can get into a subscription method. So during this 7 days trial, we suggest that you run any amount of strategies that you would like to try it out. And if you find that platform is suitable for your kind of requirement, then you can get into a subscription-based method. The subscription charges also will go through it, which we are trying to get it very, very nominal. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month. Now, if you, we are offering a special offer for the APIs. If you open a new account with any of these following 4 brokers, like Alice, Blue, or First Stock, or Fire, or Zero, we will be able to extend the APIs free of cost for life. You need not have to get into a subscription method also. Earlier, we used to have this free API for accounts opened using Algomojo as a platform. But because of the recent changes made by the regulator and the brokers, we are forced to withdraw that offer. We are able to extend it only to 4 brokers, which are Alice, Blue, First Stock, Fires, and Zero. So we have an arrangement with these brokers, which enables us to extend free APIs for you. Now, when it comes to automation, before getting into the actual automation part, let us look at website. This is algomojo.com. This is the home page. You could look at the various features and facilities that we extend. You get all the details about what is that we do or what is that we offer from our website as such. Now, in case if you want to open a new account, use this tab, open an account, and it will take you to the you need to feed in your name and email address and telephone number, and it will help you to open an account with any of these 4 brokers. Use this facility so that you get APIs free of cost for life as such. Or if you already have an API, then with any of the brokers with whom we have done the API integration, you can come to Algomojo and log in from here itself. You need not have to log into multiple platforms. We act as a one platform for all your requirements. You can, if you just log into algomojo.com and get into your broker's terminal using our login page, that is sufficient. You need not have to log in separately, say for your broker, separately for Algomojo, or have it open in your mobile phone. Not required. It can be a one-stop shop for you for all, for your trade management, order placement, and any activity that you would like to do on your account. Of course, except adding funds and withdrawing funds kind of thing will need to be done directly with the broker. It is more I'm talking about placement of orders. You can do the entire thing from our platform as such. Yeah, we have API integration with Zerodha, and we had done it with ICICI also, but ICICI has stopped that service, so we had to withdraw from ICICI. Zerodha, you can still use our platform for automation of your signals. Yes. Yeah, Telegram notification, what you get is typically saying whether signal has been generated or has been placed. So we are trying to add some more features into that. It will have. Yeah, the benefit of this API that we offer is it will help you to place orders automatically. Suppose you're running a strategy in, say, TradingView, and that is giving you a buy or a sell signal, and you would like to execute order in either index, options, or stocks. You need not have to go in and place orders manually. We will do that for you automatically. That is the advantage of the API. So without that API, without our API, you will not be able to automate your order placement as such. Yeah, there are most brokers have kept their platform pretty simple to use. There are some brokers who where it is slightly complex and in terms of usage, in terms of user interface, and in terms of API of their own kind of stuff. We will need to manage with whatever facility all the brokers are providing. We will not be able to do much on that as such. Yeah. To look at amongst the brokers that we have integrated, you can look at for the brokers that we have currently integrated with from this list. In terms of pricing of APIs, you have this 7-day free trial, which is available for all users, irrespective of who the broker is. And also for people who use a platform to open an account in these 4 brokers, which I mentioned, they get all these facilities free of cost for life as such. Otherwise, we have 3 other more, subscription methods. One is monthly, half yearly, and yearly. On a yearly basis, it works out to 600 rupees, 500 rupees for you as such. Kindly go to our website in case you would like to understand more about our platform and the facilities that are available. So once you have an account, the next thing that we need to do is log into the brokering account. So we use this login button provided on algomojo.com. Yeah. So once you log in, it will give you a list of the brokers that are available for you to log in. For today's demo, we'll be using the StraightGenie account. Either you can click on this place or type, select it from this drop-down list as such. So we'll log into StraightGenie. You see, for logging in purpose, the details required are the same as what your broker has provided. The process is the same. You use the same user ID, password, and the authentication method provided by your broker. There's no different process to log into Algomojo to your broker account using Algomojo. So it is the same process like you log into your broker, enter the client ID, enter the password, and they need a TOTP. StraightGenie requires TOTP. So it's always good to have the authenticator. So once you enter these details, you get a home page, which is typical for any broker. So it could be StraightGenie, it could be Zerodha, it could be Alice Blue, Angel, anything. The interface is the same. The home page and all the other facilities that you see is the same. There's no difference. Unlike a broker account, each broker has got a different interface. We have kept it as common. It will be the same interface for all brokers as such. So you'll get a dashboard which gives you a brief about the funds and the positions open, the holdings, the values, those kind of things. You can create watch list. 5 tabs are provided for you for creating watch list. You can place orders from here also. If you want to place manual orders, you can do it right from here. Say that you want to say buy, sell, look at security information, market depth, all that can be done from here. As such. So once you log in, on the left side, you will find a few tabs. The first tab is what provides the details about the API. So you will have the client ID, which is similar or which is same as your broker ID. Then the API and the API secret, these are generated by Algomojo and provided for the users as such. So these are not the broker APIs, it is the Algomojo API. So it will show you what till when it is valid and how many days it is valid as such. If it is expiring, you can do a renewal here and take you to the page, and based on the plan that you will select, you can place the order for subscription right from this page itself. So once you have the APIs from us, we need to get into the next step of automation as such. Yeah. Now, what does that involve in terms of automation? Let's look at it. Yeah. The automation will involve two steps. One is a process to be followed in Algomojo. What needs to be done in Algomojo? We log into your broker account using Algomojo account and create something called a strategy, which is nothing but what is that you want to trade. That gets defined here. And once you define what is that you want to trade, in Algomojo. It's a one-time kind of setup that you want to, that you're supposed to do. You enable paper trade or live trade, and then second step is going into either trading view or Amibroker and do a small setup there. It's a simple process. It could be in the trading view, it could be charting, it could be Amibroker, it could be say a Ninja Trader kind of thing or MT4 kind of thing. It's a very simple process of copy and pasting it there. That is all. So it's a two-step process. First step is the order definition, which you need to do in Algomojo. Second step is what you do in terms of your charting tool. So let us look at what is that needs to be done in the Algomojo platform, and then get into what is that we need to do in TradingView research. Yes. So in Algomojo, after you log in, we come to something, there's a tab called My Strategies. We use this tab to create a new strategy wherein we define what is that we want to trade. So you need to fill up some of the basic details about the things that you plan to trade. For example, yeah, it'll ask for a name. It could be any name. There's no specific guideline for that. Try and keep the name as relevant to your strategy as possible. Let me say demo 19 October Nifty. Huge. So that by looking at it, get an idea as to what is the strategy all about. Then I was mentioning about various rules that are applicable. This depends on the kind of strategy that you run, which are generating the signals for you, which is buy or sell or such. So for demo purpose, we will select something called a stop and reversal. Why stop and reversal? I will explain to you when we look at the chart as such. Now, details of these rules are also provided for you. As you can see, there is a small brief about what it does. On the right side, you can see this pop-up which comes. That will give an explanation as to what is that rule all about. We will go through this when we are looking at the chart as such. So once you select the rule, we have to select what is the segment that we want to trade. For example, let's look at how we trade in Nifty futures. So we'll select futures and options tab, then get into for selecting the trading symbol, type in the first few letters of the symbol. Say for example, Nifty. When I say so it will give you a list of all the futures symbol that would be available. For example, if you want to trade in the current month symbol, or even if it is Sensex, you can select Sensex also. As you can see here, Sensex 50 October contract is available. And similarly, other contracts are available as such. October, November, December contracts would be available for you. So Sensex has been launched pretty recently. So you could try it out and check how it works. So once we select the contract that needs to be that we want to trade, we'll also need to define what is the type of order that you want to place. Suppose if it is MIS or a personal trade means NRM, select them, and then price is always market. As of now, we don't have a limit price. There is development going on. We expect that to be launched. Limit order facility to be available when launched pretty soon. We will update you once it is done. So price type, you can leave it as default as market. Then you will need to select the lot. Now, lot size currently for Nifty is 25. I think from November 1st, it is going to be 75 or something. So based on whatever happens in terms of the lot size defined by the exchange, that will be highlighted here. Currently, it is 25. So you need to update the number of lots that you want to trade. Suppose you want to trade 100 lots. As you can see, the quantity becomes 2,500. For Nifty, the freeze quantity is 1,800. So it will split the orders in multiples of 1,800 to fulfill 2,500 quantity that you want to take. So here, if for 2,500, it will place two orders, one for 1,800 and another one for 700. So you need not have to worry about placing multiple orders if the quantity is more. So whether you want to do a rollover, if you want it to be next month, you can have a choice to set the rollover also as such. For demo, I'll keep it as rollover. So these are some of the basic things that needs to be updated. Rest, either you can change it or you can leave it as such depending on your requirement. Now, suppose you want to set target and stop loss, you can do that either using percentage or in terms of points. Now, if you say points, you can say that, okay, if Nifty does 100 points for me, let my portion be get closed. So suppose you have taken a Nifty portion at say 25,500. So when it becomes 25,600, your portion will get closed. Similarly, stop loss, if you want to set or not set, you can decide. If you say in terms of points, you want it to be say 50 point stop loss, you can do that also. Once you set, you can set target stop loss. You can also modify the start time, end time. End time is the time at which from which you don't want any new signals to be processed. For example, you don't want to take any trades, say for signals which come around the market closing time, say around 3:15 or 3:20 or 3:25, you don't want those to be executed. You want the current position to be carried forward. Then you can say that, okay, 3:25 is my end time. So any signal received after 3:25, it will get ignored. It will not get processed as such. So if you need in time, you can set that also. Square of time, you can say if you are an MIS or intraday trader, you can say what time you want the trades to be squared off on an intraday basis. On if you set the rollover on the expiry day, at what time do you want the rollover to happen? So those details need to be updated. Once these facilities or these tabs are updated, all you need to do is do a submit. So your order parameters, you're defined in the platform as to saying that, okay, I want to trade Nifty of current month or 100 lots and it's a positional trade. So you define what is that you want to trade here. It's a one-time activity. After that, you get into the automation part. So once you set the parameters, order parameters that you want to trade, there are a couple of things that are generated by Algomojo platform. One is something called a webhook URL. The other one is a code, message code that needs to be used in TradingView. Now, TradingView offers various kind of methods using which you can place or send orders. One could be a strategy or it could be an indicator. So if you're running a strategy there and that is given buy sell as the alert, then you could use the message given here to in the TradingView message box. If it's an indicator, then you have to give an entry exit as two indicators. So for that, you have to give any of these messages highlighted here. So how do we do that? We'll get into that shortly. So these are the two things that would be generated by Algomojo, which needs to be used for automation. Any queries so far? Rollover is suppose you're aware that Nifty expires on Thursday, so you have a position and you want to roll it over to the next. You're taken the current week's position. You want it to be changed to the next week. So on the expiry day, it will close the current week's position and take the next week's position. So that is what is rollover. So there are some queries. Let me try and answer them. Yeah, suppose you've taken a portion, buy portion, and reverse signal comes. How do we close the buy portion and we choose a reverse portion? We will have a look at it. So that can be achieved by using this rule called stop and reverse. Yeah, crude oil options. Apart from Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, and Sensex, we don't have options for stocks and commodities as such. The only reason being that for stocks and commodities, brokers don't support uh, market orders. So once we have the limit order in place, we will extend the facility to trade in commodities option and even in stock options. Hope that answers your query. Yeah. See, there are some more risk management kind of features that we are working on. One could be that if you achieve a certain amount of profit or a certain amount of loss per strategy, overall strategy, based on all these strategies that are running, all the portions to be closed or single portion to be closed on achievement on profit or loss. Those are various types of risk management facilities that we are currently working on. It'll take some time, but yes, it'll come. Yeah, in terms of limiting the number of trades, that is another facility under development. We are aware of this requirement. We will try and enable them soon. Yeah. See, in terms of placement of number of orders, there is no limit as such. Of place Brokers don't place any limit in terms of number of orders that you can place. It can be any amount of orders. It could be hundreds and hundreds of orders in a minute as such. They don't have any limitation. The limitation by a broker would come in terms of when you're trying to fetch real-time data or you're trying to get information or calling for some information using API, where brokers put in a limit in terms of how many inquiries can you make in a minute, kind of stuff. So that kind of limitation will not be applicable to the number of orders that you can place. There's no limitation. What is the best strategy from your strategy menu? See, we are not a platform which would recommend strategies as such. We are a platform who help you to automate your strategies. If you have a strategy and you would like to use those strategies to be automated, we are there to help you out. However, a lot of people keep asking for strategies. So some of the popular strategies we have listed, but this is not a recommendation from us. You can, if you want to use, you can use them. After logging in, you can go into the strategies tab. These are available free of cost for all users. So you have various strategies. For example, TradingView, if you select, there are some popular strategies like this. You can download these codes, run it on TradingView and automate them. So say if it is a super trend or an alpha trend and you would like to run it on a stock future or an equity asset, you can download these, load it in TradingView, do a back testing, and if it is meeting your requirement, use our platform to automate them. Now, these are not recommended strategies from us. These are popular strategies which we have placed it in our website for users to download and use it. That's it. It is not any kind of recommendation in terms of whether it's a best strategy or whether it's a profitable strategy or it's a risk-proof kind of strategy. No, we are not providing any not doing any kind of those kind of recommendations. We are just listing some of the popular strategy in our website for people to download it and use it. Similarly, for Amibroker users, there are a lot of popular strategies like your ORB or your ATR or Camarilla trailing stop loss, Bollinger Band kind of strategies. So we have listed it here. You can download this, and if you find them to be suitable for either stocks or indices or for futures, after doing a back test, you can use them. We can help you to automate it. Again, disclaimer, it is not a recommendation. We are just listing what are some of the popular strategies for people to use. That's it. Okay. Coming back to what is that we were looking at, we were saying that, okay, the process in terms of what needs to be set up in Algomojo that we have done. So as you can see here, We created the strategy which has generated the webhook URL for us to use it in TradingView or Amibroker, and it also gives you certain messages which needs to be used, copied and pasted in TradingView. Now, once you create the order that you want to trade, it's a one-time setup. You go back here, and either by default it will be in inactive state. You will need to either enable live trade or paper trade. As I was mentioning, always start with paper trade, and check whether your orders are going through properly or not. Only when you're satisfied that all the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, only then get into live trade. Markets are always there for people to trade. You'll not miss out on any opportunities. Many opportunities will come in front of you. Only thing is you need to be right when the opportunities are available. Hence, build a strategy, build a platform which meets your requirement in terms of execution, and then get into live trade as well. Now, so once you enable live trade or paper trade, your strategy is ready for execution. Now, to test how it works, you can use you can generate signals manually. You can go here and say buy or sell or short or cover. So accordingly, the order will get placed. For testing it out, just say buy. And to look at where your order has got placed, you have to come to a different tab called My Signal. As you can see here, this is the strategy that we created just today, Nifty October futures, 19th October. It will tell you that a manual signal was generated at so and so time, and it was a buy signal, and it came from such and such a IP, and the strategy has been completed. So look at the order. What is the order that has got placed? The quantity was for 2,500. So it split it into two orders, one for 1,800 and another for 700. You can look at the portion here. You can look at all these details strategy wise. If you have multiple strategies running, it will list all the strategies that you're running as such. Suppose you would like to look at say specific strategy. I will say 19, select it from the drop down here. It will show me the orders or signals generated only for this specific strategy as such. As you can see, 2,500 quantity is running. The average price is so and so. In a live market, we would have been able to see the live prices and P&L and everything, all these details as such. So it is like you're placing an order manually and they're running it in the system. So if you want to place anything, any order, or take a position, or this was a simple strategy like place an order in futures. So we wanted to check, so it has got placed. Suppose you had multiple legs to check whether each leg is getting executed as per your requirement, then all this testing would be pretty necessary to ensure that all the legs are getting executed properly for you. So once the position is taken, you can do a square off also. And the most important factor is that any trade that gets executed, and if it is triggered and it is running from these strategies, always use the My Strategy tab to either place order or close order, so that our system is updated saying that, okay, the position taken has been closed, or either manually or automatically. Now, we have come across many situations where people take an entry based on a signal coming from a charting tool like a TradingView, and they go and place the order for closure of their position manually. So you can, it will be available in your mobile phone, or it will be available on your broker terminal. You go and place the order and close the position. However, our system doesn't know that you have closed the position. It is still thinking that this position is running, and when the reverse order comes or when the next order comes, it will create a confusion. So do not square off or close any orders outside of our system. Always do it from our system itself. Now, suppose you want to close this order, square off this order, you come and do it from here. Say you say square off, then the portion which has been opened will get closed as such. As you can see, the portion has become zero, and our system also knows, our platform also knows that, okay, this portion has got closed for you. And when new signal is generated, the portion that will be executed will be as per your requirement. Otherwise, if there's a mismatch with what is running and what is not available in the broker terminal, it could lead to a bit of confusion. So don't use a mobile phone or a broker terminal to close any of your portion. In case if you do that also, you can come and do an adjustment here. Let me show that. How do you do that? Suppose, for example, this 2,500 quantity is running, and say you are outside and you are looking at a mobile phone and you've seen that you've got sufficient profit and you've closed the position. However, what do we do? How do we update our Algomojo system to reflect that your position is closed? What you can do is you can come here and adjust this quantity to zero, so that our system platform or our platform becomes aware that there is no open position for this contract or position which had been taken. So you can do the adjustment of the positions taken manually here. Suppose you have closed the position from either broker has closed or you're closed from your mobile phone or directly on your trading account. You can do an adjustment here, or you've done a partial closure. Suppose instead of 2,500, you close say two lots, and the balance is still remaining, and you want the system to continue with that. You can make that adjustment here. From 2,500 quantity, you reduce say 50 quantity or 100 quantity. So balance quantity is available. So when the reverse signal comes, the exit signal comes, only the balance quantity which is updated here will be closed for yours. So there'll be no confusion in terms of trades that will be executed. Hope that is clear, because we have seen this is one of the issues a lot of users come across, that either they close it manually or the broker would have closed it, and they would not have updated here. And when the next signal comes, the wrong order is going, wrong quantity is going. So when you use our system to do the complete trade, whether in terms of entry, exit, or in terms if an exit is done, you do an adjustment here and update our system, the platform will meet all your requirements in terms of whatever you have been trying to run. So please check these kind of finer points to understand how to make the system work better for you. In case if you have any queries on this, you can always get in touch with us. Suppose you have done a manual closure and you want to do an adjustment. If you have difficulty in that or you want some more understanding, get in touch with us. We are always available from 9 to 5 on all working days, on Saturdays from 10 to 6 o'clock. So either you can call us or you can chat with us. We can come online, we can use any desk, connect your system, help you out in terms of whatever is happening. So we are there to support you. We are there to help you make your trade, help you to make your trades profitable and trade better as such. Yeah. So any queries so far? Okay. So once you have created your strategy, defined what is that you want to trade, we need to get into the charting platform and do the setup for automation. Now let's look at how do we do it in using trading. Yeah, as you can see, this is the trading view chart. So the uh, trading view, couple of things. Important thing for you to, it's a free tool available for everybody. However, if you want to automate, then you will need to have subscription of trading view, without which you will not be able to do automation, because we need to use something called a webhook URL for automation purpose. Now, support for webhook URL is available only in the paid subscription of TradingView. Otherwise, only in the free the TradingView free version, the webhook URL cannot be used. So once you have a subscription for TradingView, all you have to do is the necessary things that you will need in TradingView is a good strategy. I suppose you would have strategies that you would have tested and you would like to automate them. So you would have done your back testing and on the instrument that you want to trade and the time frame that you want to trade on. So load those charts and time frames and then do this setup for automation. So important thing is first is selecting what is the instrument that you want to trade. For today's demo purpose, let's look at Bitcoin. That market will be open today. We should be able to get some live signals. So this is Bitcoin. So once you select the instrument, yeah. So once you have the instrument, the next important thing in trading view is the time frame that you want to trade. So you'll need to select the time frame, um, say for example 1 minute, and then the strategy. Now I already loaded uh, super trend. In case if you have any other strategy that you want me to check it out in the live session, now we can do that. Otherwise we can go with the super trend, which is a very popular and known kind of strategy, to see how we do the automation. In case anybody has a specific strategy, you can mention that in the Q&A box. I'll try and load that if it's freely available. Let us see how we automate that. It could be indicator, it could be strategy, any of things that you would like to see how to automate that. Please type in here, we can check it out. So let's look at how, so once you do load the indicator, as you can see here, this is a super trend indicator, which is always in trade. So there is a buy signal here, there's a sell signal here, there's a buy here, there's a sell here. So it is always in trade, either long or short. So these are strategies where people who want to trade both long and short you would use a rule called stop and reverse. Like we were talking about the rules that are available in the Algomojo platform, as you can see here. The various rules that are there. One is the stop and reverse. Now, stop and reverse, the way it functions is, suppose you have taken a long portion here, and the next signal that would come is a sell signal. Say the long portion will be stopped and a reverse portion will be taken. Suppose you're trading in futures, the long future will be closed and a short future will be taken. Suppose you're trading in options, a CE will be taken on a buy signal, and when a sell comes, the CE will be closed and a PE will be taken. So it keeps on going like that. So when you, so for example, here you have a sell, a PE was triggered. Then when the buy came, the PE which was triggered got closed and CE will be taken. And in this sell signal, the CE will be closed and the PE will be taken. Similarly, it will get reversed here. So the PE taken will be closed and the PE CE will be taken. So it keeps alternating, but it is always in trade, either long or short. Now, we see a lot of traders who say that, okay, I'm a believer of long trades only. I don't want to take any short positions in the market. So then if you want to take only the long positions, use the rule called long only. Here, there's something called a long only rule. Use that. Now, what happens is whenever you get a buy signal, it will take a long position in future or a CE position in options. And when a sell comes, it will close the long future or close the CE. It will not take the PE. And it will wait for the next long position. So that is for long only. Suppose if it is you are a trader who wants to trade only short trades, then use short only. So that is there is a rule called short only. You can use that. So it will ignore all the long trades and take only the short trades. Now, suppose you are a trader like who would like to always take either a long or short based on a strategy like super trend, then you have to use something called stop and reverse. Now, there are strategies available in the market in trading view. What happens is it'll take for example, say for example, it will take a long portion, and after a certain criteria is met, it will close the long portion. And after that, there's no trade. It will wait for the next setup to happen. So it could be a long trade or a short trade. So if a long comes again, it will take a long portion and close that portion if the criteria is met. So it is not always in trade. So it takes a position, closes the position, and waits. So for those kind of strategies, there is a rule called long plus short. So there's something called long plus short, buy sell. Another rule called long plus short, buy sell, short cover. Both of them do the same or operate in the same manner, except that short and cover are the signals that are used normally in Amibroker. Uh, TradingView seen some strategies which offers or triggers short and cover also, but most of them would be buy or a sell kind of signals that are generated from TradingView. So for those kind of strategies which have got buy and sell only, use the rule called buy sell. If you are sending buy sell short cover also from TradingView, then use the fourth rule. Or for Amibroker users, use the fourth rule where you have buy sell short cover also. So based on the strategy, you will need to select the appropriate rule as such. You will need to first understand how is the strategy running, whether it is always in trade, whether you want to take only long signals or only short signals, whether it is taking a position, closing the position, waiting for a new signal to come or a new position to be taken. Based on those kind of methods, you will need to select the appropriate rule. Now, we have seen people do this mistake. Now they would use a stop and reversal, but their strategy is not always in trade. What happens is it will take a long here, and the strategy will close the position, and it will have to wait for the next setup to happen. However, if you have used a rule like stop and reverse, what happens is when the exit came here, it would have taken this reverse position. Actually, that was not required because you selected a rule called stop and reversal, it took a reverse position. So be careful in terms of selecting what is the kind of rule that could be applicable for the strategy that you're running. That is going to be important. That is going to be a make or break also for your effective running of the strategy, effective automation of your strategy. If you go wrong in selecting the improper rule, the entire thing can go for a toss. So be careful in case if you have wanting more understanding, you could get in touch with us or you can refer to the documentation. We have an extensive documentation provided. Go through the documentation as you can see here. At APIs. So enter the modules. You have Amibroker. So if it is long only, sorry, let me not get into this. Yeah, like you can say starting from here, you can look at all the details about the relevant stuff that would be required. A detailed explanation about each and every facility, each and every feature of the uh, facilities that are extended by Algomojo is explained. Yeah. Now coming back to I think here. So to start with, you need to have a TradingView subscription. Once you have a TradingView subscription, you select what is that you want to trade. In this case, I've selected something called a Bitcoin instrument to be traded on a 1 minute time frame. So you need to select the instrument that you want to trade, the time frame that you want to trade, and the strategy that you want to trade. So once these three things are loaded, then we get into the actual automation process. How do we do the automation? It's pretty simple. So here is the super trend code. We it could be any strategy which is available. It could be a freely available strategy. It could be a paid strategy. Any of them, as long as they are able to generate alerts, we will be able to automate it. Now, how do we do that? It's a simple process. Let's look at that. So if once the strategy is loaded, if you take the cursor on the strategy name, you see these three dotted dots. So click on that. It will give you something called add alert on super trend. So here, when you click on that, it opens up a box for you, which needs to be updated for automation purpose. What is that we need to do update? So one is a name, so we'll say 1950 units. It could be any name. And then you have to update the message box. The content for the message box has to be taken from Algomojo. So all you have to do is go back to your strategy, which you created in Algomojo. And if it is a strategy, just copy this content. Say, just click on this it'll get copied to the clipboard, come to TradingView and paste it here. So this is one copy paste that we need to do. And the second thing that we need to do is go to something, this tab called notification, where we have, there is a button called webbook URL. So as you can see, this webbook URL need to be updated or linked to Algomojo. How we do that is go to the strategy that you created. As I was mentioning, once you update the parameters that you want to trade, we create two things, webbook URL and the message code to be used as such. So this webbook URL, we'll need to copy it here. And if you want to see what it is all about, you can see that here it will be nothing but certain your API code, the key secret and strategy number, all that things. So you just need to copy here, copy this and come back to TradingView and paste it here. Only two copy paste needs to be done. One is the message content and second is the webbook content, webbook URL here. Just the copy and paste these two things. You're ready for automation. All you have to do is say now create. Once you do that, whatever strategy that you alert that you have created will be highlighted here. As you can see here, this is what we created, 19 Nifty futures. Now, as in when the signal gets generated by the super trend which is running here, the order will get executed. Before that, here it has to be enabled for paper trade or live trade. In case if it is off, the signal will not get executed. So let me enable the paper trade. So whenever we get a signal from this chart, it will get executed. Now, for example, say that, okay, now there is a sell order which has just got triggered. You feel that you want to take this short entry, but since this chart is already triggered, what do I do? So simple, you go take this order manually and allow the system to run it for you after that. Now, how do we link that? You go to Algomojo here and say sell position. So we have triggered a short order manually from here. And as you can see here, a short position is running. A short signal has been triggered manually and a short order has been placed, multiple two orders for 2,500 quantity and a short trade is running. Quantity is minus 2,500. That is because we wanted to synchronize it with whatever is the trade which has been triggered in the super trend strategy in trading. Now, any new trade which comes, which will be the buy in this case, will get executed. Since we have used a rule called stop and reverse, what it will do is it will close the short portion which is running and take the long portion. It is as simple as that. So all you have to do is to create an alert after loading your strategy. It could be a paid strategy, it could be a free strategy, any of these, but it should be a strategy. Now, what else is there apart from strategy? We'll get into that shortly. Now, when we say strategy, when you click on this, it will open up a tab which shows what are the contents we updated. There's a difference in what you will see when you're running or trying to do this with a strategy and when you're trying to do it with an indicator. Now, how is it different from indicator? We'll get into that shortly. So any strategy which opens up and will ask for a message to be updated and gives you a provision to paste your webbook URL, that you can automate by copy pasting the content from Algomojo and the webbook URL from Algomojo. That's it. Two simple copy paste and you're ready for placing the orders automatically. Now, as you're aware, sorry, TradingView is running on the cloud platform. You need not be sitting in front of your system. You have created the alert in TradingView and you can carry on with your rest of your work. So you need not have to worry whether order will get executed or not. So as and when the signals are generated, the alert gets triggered and it will be executed by Algomojo. It is as simple as that. Any queries so far on this? How to create alerts using a strategy? Yeah, we'll look at how do we do in terms of options as a next step. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's look at how do we do for options trading. Now, for example, say we want to use the same super trend. For Nifty, we are using trading on futures. For example, for Bank Nifty, we want to trade in options. What do? Is we go and create a new strategy. We'll say 19th bank options. Okay, it could be any name, and we'll use, since we are running super trend, we'll need to use the rule which is stop and reverse. Then here we can select, we'll need to select the option, whether it is a static symbol that you want to trade every day. Or whether you want to take an ATM or OTM whenever the signal comes. So for that, you need to use the dynamic symbols. So when you choose dynamic symbol, it will ask you to select the instrument that you want to trade, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, or Sensex. So you can trade in options in any of these: Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, or Sensex. As of now, stock options and commodity options are not enabled, as I had mentioned earlier. Now let's look at how do we trade a Bank Nifty option. Now, once you select Bank Nifty, you select the expire. You have flexibility to trade either in weekly options or monthly options. Now, if it is weekly options, say week 4. If you select week 4, it will show you the expiry date also. Now, if you're taking current month, it will show you that the expiry date is 30th. So whichever contract that you select, you will be able to clearly make out what is the contract that you're going to enter into right from our platform itself. So there can be no ambiguity. You will be very clear as to what is that you want to trade. Now, let me select week 4, which is the next week's expiry. And here you can need to set whether you want to trade in ATM, OTM, or ITM. So you get to choose up to 20 strikes in the money or 20 strikes out of the money. Suppose I want to say trade in ITM 3. Okay. So I'll select ITM 3. Then I am a buyer, for example. Say you have a buy, then it can be an NRML if it's positional, or a bias. Based on your requirement, you will need to update this. And price is always market. You need not have to worry about that. Then if I say 100 lots, it will tell me what is the quantity, what is the freeze quantity. Based on that, it will split and place multiple orders for you. So if you want, you can trade, place target or either target or stop loss, either in terms of points or in terms of percentage. Now, when we say points, it is the points of the premium that you've taken. Suppose you have taken a premium of 100 rupees and you want to keep a target of 110. So you say that the points is 10. So whenever you get your option premium moves from 100 to 110, it will get squared off. Similarly, if you kept a stop loss of 10, the premium comes down to 90, it will get squared off. So if you want, you can set the target and stop loss. If your study itself is taking care of that, you need not have to worry. You can leave these blank. Of course, you'll need to update the rest of the things, such as the start time, if required to be changed, end time, if you want it to be changed, the expiry time, those kind of things. If you select rollover, it will ask for the expiry time to be rolled for rollover also. Once these parameters are updated, all you have to do is say something. So the strategy just gets created like similar to what we did when we are doing for option futures, and you have a webhook URL and you have a message content generated for this specific strategy, which we will need to use in TradingView and or Amibroker or any other charting. Yeah, BankX also is possible. So once you have defined what is that you want to trade, we go back and activate the paper trade. For example, to see whether ITM 3, what I've selected, is going to get placed or not, I can place an order manually, say buy. So as you can see, the signal will be generated and it will be shown here. If I say this is the strategy, as you can see here, the manual signal has been generated and order has been placed. For two orders have been placed because the quantity to be traded is 1,500. Average price has been 7.8, and these are the strike price. Since I had said ITM 3, yeah, and the portion would be running 1,500 quantity. Average buy price is so much. That's it. It is as simple as that. Now, suppose now to look at, suppose we generated a buy signal. Say when I generate a sell signal, what should happen? The buy which had taken the CE should get closed and a PE should be taken. See, let us see how that works. So I go and generate a or simulate a sell signal manually. Here, coming to my signals, you can see that for this strategy, a sell has been generated. Earlier it was buy when it bought the CE. Now here, when the sell has been given, the CE should be closed and the PE should be taken. Let us look at what has happened. So the buy was taken here, CE, and that got closed here. And after that, PE has got bought. As you can see here, now the CE portion is closed and the PE portion is taken. So automatically, when you choose the stop and reverse kind of method, the existing portion will be closed and the reverse portion will be taken. Now, again, stressing on the importance of the rule that needs to be used is stop and reversal, because that is the way it is supposed to work for super trend. Now, if your rule is something different, then it will be slightly different. Now, while we were discussing, we had taken a short portion in futures here, and after that a buy has been triggered. As you can see here, you go to log here. As you can see here, a long has been triggered. So let us see whether that order got executed properly. So we come to Algomojo, then look at signals, then go to the strategies here. As you can see here, there's a buy which has got triggered and it has come from a different IP. As you can make out, the IPs were all same because for manual orders, because this is the IP of my local laptop. Here, this has come from TradingView. So that is why it is showing a different IP. And you can see what has happened. So it has closed the sell portion and it has taken the buy portion. If you look at the buy portion, the short portion has been closed and the long portion has been clear. So as I was mentioning, once you create these alerts, you can be free to do whatever you're supposed to be looking at or doing. You need not have to worry about the orders getting executed. The system will take care of it. Only thing is you need to be clear in terms of understanding how the platform works and how the setup has to be done. Once that is done properly, there'll be no problems in terms of execution of any of the orders for you. It is a simple process. You need not have to have any knowledge about coding, programming, or complex things to be done. Open up, for example, if you have to look at Supertrend code, there are I've seen a lot of platforms where you have to go and add something in the code, which is itself is very complex and mind blowing. Nothing of that sort is involved. It is a simple two-step copy paste. That's it. So here, open the window for alert creation, update the message box, update the notification webhook here. That's it. There's no other activity to be done to automatically place orders from TradingView strategy for you. Simple, very, very simple as such. I'm sure you will find it easy to use this kind of facility because, as I was mentioning, nothing complex is involved. Just copy and paste. Be clear as to what is that you want to trade in terms of Nifty or Bank Nifty. Be clear in terms of the quantity that you want to trade, whether it is MIS or swing trade, and be clear as to what is the strategy type or the rule that needs to be used. So once you have a clear understanding of this, do the setup once and the system will keep running for you without any problems. Yeah. Now, we were looking at how do we generate signals for options. We checked doing that manually in our system for Bank Nifty. Now, how do we trigger those from Amibroker? Sorry, trading. Let's look at that. So for the same thing, we can try it out. Or let me use something called, let me try and show an indicator as to how to do an automation using an indicator for triggering orders in either in CE or PE. Yeah. If you have any indicator that you want me to check, let me know. Otherwise, we can use this indicator called RSI. As you are aware, the RSI is a very popular indicator used by a lot of people. And if you want to trade using these indicators, any kind of indicator, it could be RSI, it could be ADX, it could be MACD, any of these. Uh, Again, it's a simple process. How do we do that? Load. The steps involved in trading views: load your trading symbol first, whether it's Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, any of those. Load the trading symbol first, select the appropriate time frame, whether it is 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, whatever it is, and load the indicator that you want to use or the strategy that you want to use. It could be super trend, it could be alpha trend, any of those. It could be paid strategy, it could be free strategy, any of this. Yeah, if you have an indicator, you can type that here. Let me try and see if how do we do the automation for that. Yes. Otherwise, the process is the same. It could be any indicator. Like what we do for RSI, it can be done with any indicator which is available in TradingView. Yeah. For example, half trend is again a strategy. So it is the same process like what you use for super trend. Like, let me show you. Half trend is something like here. Here, this is the half trend strategy which is running. Now these codes are available. If somebody wants to use it, you can download it from our system and use it. As I was mentioning, these are available. So whatever time frame you want to use, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, whatever, you can set that and use it. So irrespective of that, uh, let's look at, say you have an indicator. Indicator normally is would involve creating two alerts. Strategy we were looking at as one alert, whereas for indicators you will set two alerts, one for entry and another one for exit. When do you want to enter and when do you want to exit? Both things need to be defined. However, in a strategy, it is only one alert that will take care of both entry and exit. When it comes to an indicator, it is two: entry and exit has to be defined. So just be clear whether you're running a strategy or whether you're running an indicator. So when you're running an indicator, load your indicator on whatever time frame and whatever symbol that you have selected. Go to the indicator and select this more button and say add an alert on, say, for example, in this case, it is RSI. As you can see, the box that needs to be updated is slightly different compared to what we got when we were trying to do for a strategy. For example, say if it is a strategy, the window that you'll get is slightly different. I'll show you again. Yeah, it was a smaller window. All you had to do was update two things. One is your message content, and the other was the notification. There's nothing else. Of course, name is there. There's no other setting to be done, like condition expiration, all that. No, you need not have to do anything. Update the message box and the webhook URL. You are ready for it. However, when it is a indicator, it is slightly different. You need to do update couple of things more. For example, here, when you click on the add indicator here, it will open up this box. Here we have to say what is the condition for entry. Say whether it is crossing or crossing up or crossing down, that we need to select. Now, since the RSI is almost around 80, let us see if it can come down and we can get an entry. I'll say if the RSI is going to cross down, say below 70, for example, below 70. This is what we also have to update. Then you have to update something called a trigger, whether it is only once per bar, once per bar close, or once per minute. Normally, I would recommend go with once per bar close. Depends on your study and such. So once per bar close, it will wait for the bar to get close. And if the value of the RSI is 70 only, then it will take the entry. Otherwise, it will wait. Okay. So once you do this, you can say that, okay, uh, here I'll say option entry, and I'll need to update the message box. Now, there, as I was mentioning, a couple of things to be noted for any indicator. One, you have to update whether it is crossing up or crossing down, buy, sell signals, various types of messages are available in terms of condition to be met for the alert to be generated. So depending on the indicator that you load, this messages would also vary. Yeah. So based on that, you can select, and you will need to update the value. Say when it should be triggered, when it should be triggered every time it closes or once for bar close kind of thing. Give it a name, and the message box has to be updated, and notification has to, webhook URL has to be updated. Now, where do we get this message box content? Again, from Algomojo. It is slightly different from what we used for strategies. We go here. For indicators, go to indicators tab, select, since it is going to be a cell which comes, I'll use the cell as the first message to be pasted. Come here and paste it here, and go back to Algomojo again and copy this webhook URL. Come to trading view, notification box. Then I'll update this webhook URL. So since the value is moving pretty fast, let me try and make this as 50. So once you select this, as you can see here, the alert has been created for a short entry. We are saying that if you can see this dotted line with a right pointing arrow. So this is the alert level that we have created. So if the RSI goes below 50 and the candle closes below that, it will trigger a short signal, which will generate a PE for us. Hope that is clear. Okay. So I was mentioning, so it is coming below this. So if this candle closes below this, then the order will get triggered. Let me try and come here and update this. So it is already there as trade. So let us see if this order gets triggered. It will get triggered once you have the candle closing, because that is what we selected. So it should get closed and the order should get triggered. The alerts will be seen here. As you can see here, it has got triggered. So option entry cell has been triggered at so and so time. The time is 11:31, 10 seconds. So we'll go to Algomojo, go to my signals, and as you can see here, 11:31. This is the order which has come for a cell. What is the order that has been placed? It is for a PE. What is the portion which is running? It is a PE portion. Now, we already had taken the PE portion manually, so you have two of them shown here. So otherwise, what got triggered was 54,100. That is what is 54,100. We had earlier triggered CE, sorry, PE manually, and this is what triggered from trading view signal for which this cell had been generated. As you can see, this is the cell. Yeah. So now when do we exit? How do we exit? So we have to create one more alert for exit. How do we do that? Once you have created this, all you have to do is come here, right click on this button and say clone. It will create an exact replica of the strategy that you created for entry, and you have to here redefine saying that option exit, and instead of sell we will say buy, and here we say crossing up a value of, say, for example, we'll keep that 30 and say save. The number of alert, there's a limitation in terms of number of alerts that we can create. One moment. This is very long. I pause this. We should be able to set it up now. So exit has been set. So as you can see here, the option exit, we are saying that if the price comes above, say, for example, if 45, now close my short entry. That is, it will close the PE and take the C. So as you can see here, there's a one option entry level and option exit level. Since my requirement is that I be in trade either long or short always, so the PE which has been taken will get reversed and then C will be taken. However, like we were setting this alert by say for example, we went and placed a value here. We made it say 40, for example. You can drag it up or down. So once you create these levels, it becomes dynamics and it is saved for you. So you can move it up and down. For example, now I brought it down to say 34, 33 levels. If I want the short to be closed and long to be taken, if the candle closes, RSI closes above this level, and the candle also closes at the close of the candle, then the trigger should happen. That is what I'm trying to tell the system. So we can wait to see what happens when the price crosses or RSI crosses this level of say close to about 32, 33. So for options, for indicators, you have to always set two alerts, one for entry and the other one is for exit. Any doubt in these? Yeah. So it can be any indicator as long as it gives you facility to generate alert when you take your cursor here and say, okay, add alert on your indicator, and you're able to update these fields which are necessary, you will be able to automate. Or it can be any strategy, which as long as it allows you to. There are a lot of strategies which we have come across where it will be showing a buy sell like this, but when you click on this button here, it will be opening an box which is related to an indicator. So those are not strategies, those are indicators which are giving buy sell signals. So accordingly, then you have to set the various parameters which needs to be updated, and when those conditions are met, like here what we saw, and again you have to set two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. You have to say crossing up or crossing down. Some of them will be giving you things like long, and it will have an entry called long or entry called short, or it can be buy or sell, any of these things. So create all those, see if it is triggering a alert properly whenever the buy sell are indicated here, and then if it is generating the alert as per the requirement, as per what is being displayed on the chart here, you will be able to automate. It can be anything. It can be any strategy. It could be any indicator. You're free to choose. You're free to get any indicator in our strategy in TradingView. We can help you to automate that. Any questions, any queries so far? Anything that you would like to know more about? You want to see any other indicators, any strategy, let me know. I can try and see how we can. What is multiple options? Yeah. So, like here, for each of the strategies, you can have multiple. Okay, you will need to create multiple strategies and then link it to your trading view or Amibroker as such. You can do that. Is that what you were asking? Okay. So you can, so one we created for futures, the other one was for the Nifty, bank Nifty options. You can create for one more for equity, one more for say Nifty options. It could be anything. So, but for each of them, you have to define separately, define the quantity, and link that with TradingView using the webhook URL. And oh, okay. Now, suppose you want to create, for example, a butterfly kind of multi-leg option strategies as such. Okay, how do we do that? Okay. It is simple. Now, here we have created one leg. So let me stop this. Okay. Putting that, somebody block it up. Here we said that, okay, when I have a, when I get a buy signal, I want an ITM 3 option to be bought. Let me make this ATM. An ATM call has to be taken, and also I want to hedge this. I've taken an option buy, and I also want to take a P. Now here I've said that okay, I'll trade 100 quantity, but I will hedge with say 25 lots of say OTM 5 or OTM 3. How do we trigger both of them so that you have a buy and also you have a long CE taken and a P also taken based on a single signal. Yeah, how do we do that? So first we create the first leg. Here in this case, we are planning to buy ATM call option for week 4 for 100 lots. Okay. And we'll need to create one more. If to create one more, what you can do is if most of the things are similar, you can say, okay, just clone this. You can say clone and it'll copy, make an exact copy of whatever you just created. You need to go and edit some of the fields which you want to do. Okay, here I will say, I'll say this as hedge. And here I'll say OTM. I want to say hedge it with, say OTM 2. I want to hedge it with 50 lots. Now, I want to buy only. It can be sell or anything. Both can be done. Okay. Here I will say hedge buying. Sorry, hedge buying. Okay, of 50 lots of PE. So rest of the things being the same. I'll update this. So what we are saying is that I want a hedge portion to be taken along with the other strategy based on a single signal. So I create these two things independently and group them together. 186 and 187 are the two strategies that I created. I go to something called my group strategy groups and I create a new strategy group. Here I will add these two strategies. I'll add 187, I'll add 186. So both these are selected here. So one is an ATM, or the one is buying, and the one is a hedge buying. So this will buy CE, this will buy PE. Once you create both these legs, it can be any number. It could be 4 legs, 5 legs, any of them. For example, I'm taking one of them. So say bank name can be bank Nifty option hedge. I say submit. So once I do the submit, the only difference is instead of using the individual webhook URLs that we created earlier, you have to use a group webhook URL. Use this webhook URL and use the strategy or the indicator code in trading. Update it with this. That's it. In the webhook URL, go here and then update it with, for example, here. Let me drop this. I'll change the webhook URL to the group. and then the message remains the same. So now whenever there is a buy or a sell that gets triggered, I think, well, of course, we had not enabled the strategy, so we could not have taken the order. So once you have done this, you will need to enable the paper trade or live trade. For example, let's say paper trade, just to check whether it is going properly or not. I will do a manual order. When I say buy, it has to buy CE and then PE. Let us see what has happened. When I say buy, I go to my signal group signals. So buy has been generated. So it has taken two entries. So as you can see here, it has bought these and it has sold this. So here I had said that 2,500 quantity had to be 1,500 quantity had to be taken. Here I had taken hedge of 750 quantities. That is 50 lots. As you can see in this now, it has taken the CE 1,500 and it has got hedged it with an OTM2 call with 750 quantity. So based on one signal, both the legs get generated. That's how you create multi-leg strategies. See, webhook URLs are not provided by any of the brokers. They give you the trading view charts as such. But in those charts, you'll not be able to use webhook URL. And they don't provide webhook URL. They give you trading view charts. The look and feel of everything will be the same. But if you load any strategy, you will not be able to create alerts. So that is why you need a subscription of TradingView and webhook URL. You will need to necessarily take it against each of the strategies that you are created for trade, each of the symbols that you want to trade. Brokers will not provide that. Kindly check that, please. Similarly, when a reversal comes, what happens is I can go and do a sell. So it will close the existing portions and then generate the reverse orders. Buy has been triggered earlier, sell has been triggered. Then similarly, the existing portion would have been closed and new orders have been placed. Now you have these new orders which have been placed. There is something which is triggered from TradingView also. Yeah, buy has come from TradingView also. So that also had got triggered here. Yeah. See, webhook URL is a facility where it is generated for a specific thing. For example, here I have created what is that I want to trade. I've told the system that I want to trade in 50 lots of hedge buying. When a buy comes, I want a PE to be taken for so and so instrument, Bank Nifty, week 4 expiry, and OTM. Okay, and save this. And for this specific strategy, this webhook URL has been generated. Using this, I link it with the TradingView strategy, which gives the buy sell signal. So this webhook URL is not given by the brokers. None of the brokers give you webhook URL. What they give is APIs, not webhook URL. If you are if you want to use their APIs for whatever purpose, suppose you're developing your own strategy using say Python or any other programming language, and you want to place orders directly with them, you can do that. Or you want to get some information about your holdings, place orders, modify orders. You want to do any kind of coding for which API services are required. You can use the broker APIs and then do that directly. They don't give webhook URL. Any other queries, any other clarification? Anything else you would like to check in terms of creating an alert or generating orders, signals, indicators, any other indicator that you would like to check, let me know. I can try and do that. Yeah. You can check it out. I'm not very sure what is the purpose of this. If you are able to use this and place orders in done, it's well and good. Try it out. Not very sure. Yeah, we do take up coding requirements. Uh, you can send an email as to what will be your requirement in terms of uh, the changes or modifications that need to be done. We can check it out. Yeah, this is, yeah, thanks for that information. We'll check it out. First time I am also looking at it. So what is the use, how to use it, I'm not very sure as such. Yes. Okay. Automation, as I was mentioning, it is a two-step process. One is you define in the platform what is that you want to use, what you want to trade. So once you have determined the symbol and what is that you want to trade, whether it is futures, equities, or options, uh, intraday, carry forward, any of those parameters, then you go and create an alert in TradingView. Or if it is Amibroker, all you have to do is download the necessary Amibroker module, and there in Amibroker, you have to just upload the webhook URL and not the message content as such. This is what we saw, some of them. We have, in case if you're interested, we have something called a strategy store. These are not recommendations again. These are some popular things which people want to use for trading. So we made it available as such in case if you'd like to do it. Use them for trading purpose. Kindly do a back testing and look at what is suitable. Accordingly, you can select. So currently we offer three strategies for trading in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and it is for 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15-minute time frames. And default settings are for personal trades and ATMs. You can do live trade or paper trade to check how it works, and then accordingly take it to live trade later. In terms of our support, briefly, we are open from on all working days. We'll work from 9 to 5. You can contact us using WhatsApp, or you can call a number, or you can raise a ticket, send an email to with any of your queries. We will answer them quickly. In case you have any queries, do let me know. Otherwise, my name is Lokesh. In case you have any coding requirements, we can try and help you out. Please send an email to this ID, lokesh@finfolab.co. We will check the feasibility and come back to you with timelines and the costing that could be involved. It depends on the kind of requirement that you would have. The costing would depend on the kind of effort and time required to develop them. And based on the complexity, we could come back to you with the estimates. That's the cost I would not like to mention without looking at the requirement. We would first like to have a look at the requirement, and then based on that, we'll give an estimate. Fine. If there are no queries, we could conclude the session. Take this op- we take this opportunity to thank you all for attending this session. Uh, do get in touch with us in case you need any further support or any further details about our platform and the services that we offer. Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend. Yeah, could be. Maybe they have launched this some as a service pretty recently. They need to go through it and understand what is that they're trying to offer. Uh, yeah, the advantage is that with service provider like us is that we have done integration with multiple brokers. You could have any kind of broker. You could have any broker with whom we have done the integration. Using that, you can do the automation. So you would have all you need to have is a good strategy, and you want to either in TradingView or charting or Amibroker, any of these places, any of these tools, and you would like to place those orders without intervention. We are there to help you out on that front. There's no limitation for traders using Shunion. There are a lot of people who are using that. Yeah, Finvision. Yes. Thanks. Thanks once again. Every weekend, we try and do the session to help our people to understand how to use our platform. In case if you have any specific things to be checked and uh, tried out, let me know. We'll be happy to assist you in terms of getting that uh, done and showing it to you live also. And if it is something personal, confidential, you can get in touch with us on any of the working days. We will do it for you either on a call or using any desk kind of uh, tools that we have and help you to automate them. Oh, okay. No, I don't think in terms of order limitation. Okay, let me check. There are people who have been pretty extensively using Finvisia. Right? 100 orders per minute. I don't think there is a limitation. Anyway, I will check, sir. Yes. Yeah. Total 100 per day? I don't think so. So let me anyway check. Let me check anyway. Yes, you can contact us today also for telephone call. Just one moment. Let me check if there's any limitation with my team. One second. I was just discussing that with the development team also. Um, they also feel that there should not be any limit. However, one doubt is that since it's a free brokerage kind of thing, if they have put any limitation for the API, that is what we ask them to recheck again. They're doing it. We'll come back to you, sir. Yes. If there are no other queries, let me try and conclude this session. So yes, we are working from on Saturdays also till 5 p.m. You can call us for any queries. Could you kindly let me know your number so that I can call you back and let you know? I'll try and get an update later in the day. One moment, let me know. No, I mean, regarding the limit of orders in Finvicia.